Okay, we're here. Finally. Air dribble tutorial. Everyone's wanting it. Now I'm also going to put some other things in this. And this is going to be for all platforms. I'm not going to do none of the workshops or anything. But we're going to go step by step and some other things that will help you on your way to become a good air dribbler. So first step, setup. If you look, when I go up the wall, I am not boosting when I go for an air dribble. A little bit of gap, I come off the wall, air roll towards the ball, I'll under it, and then I air roll according to how the ball is reacting to, you know, the momentum that it has. Then obviously, you know, you try to put it in the net. But now that's step one. Okay. Step two is everyone asks, do I boost constantly? No, I do not boost constantly. If you boost constantly, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna set up again, holding throttle. This is what happens when you hold boost. You go up, you just hit the ceiling. The ball's too light for that. So what I do is, when I go off the wall, I'm tapping the boost. Tapping the boost to get close to the ceiling. And then, if I'm going down like this, I'm holding so I can go back up. Okay, so if you're going down, if you're just close to the ceiling, you want to tap the boost. You want to air roll around the ball. You know, but if you're going down, you want to hold or more. So I'd say there's like an 80% boost holding. You gotta hold the boost 80% of the time, ish. Like if you're going around the ball, if you're more on the side of the ball, you want to boost more. But if you're under it, you're gonna go up a lot faster, obviously. Another thing is the sweet spot. If you look, I almost always get it. If you look, I can't really explain where it is, but if you look and pause the video on where the sweet spot is, or just slow it down and look how I'm rotating around the ball, it'll help you a lot. As you can see, I'm like close to under it, but if you get 100% under it, it's just gonna fall behind you, and it's gonna fall off your car. And yes, this is possible in every car. As you can see, look, the sweet spot I got. Perfect. And now I'm gonna just do Octane, because that's the most used car in the game. So let's go into Octane. Get into training. Now, camera settings, I'll go through that in a second. Now, same setup. Same thing. Now this car has a different hitbox, so you're obviously going to have to put in a different spot. But it is possible to ball carry with Octane. Now I'm not used to this car, so I'm not as good as I am with Breakout as with Octane, but I'm decent enough to show you guys it's possible with this car. I used to main this car back in 1s, so I am alright with it. I will not recommend this car for long-term air dribbling, only because if you look, the hitbox is supposed to be that little front bumper thing, but when I air dribble, it's almost on the windshield, it looks like, or closer there. Then it should not be where it's at when you have to air dribble. It's just not right. It just don't feel right. If you look where the ball touches are, it's like just a flat spot. It looks like the Merc hitbox, but it's not. It's just not a very good car for it. I'd recommend flatter cars that have not a flat nose like Dominus, but a okay nose like Breakout. Any car can do it, but Breakout I'd definitely say is the best and easiest to use. Now we're gonna go through another tip. We're gonna get into a private match. These settings I'm about to put on right now will help you so much. Just like that. What this will do is, this will teach you how to get under the ball and spin around it with ease. It teaches you how to just pretty much air dribble the way I do, like long term. It's not exactly for anything else. Car control in the air is a better way to put it. This is what I used to use back on Xbox, and it's low gravity, low bounciness, heavy ball, slow max ball speed, unlimited boost, and whatever time you want. Now, if you look, the ball sticks to your car like normal. It is very floaty. And it just teaches you how to go around the ball. And arrow. And, you know, just push the ball up like you're supposed to. It is really easy to push it up, especially when you're under it like this. You gotta just pretty much tap the boost a little bit. But these settings, I recommend a lot to start off with. 100%, I recommend these. Another thing is, we're gonna get into camera settings now. Camera settings is a big thing in air dribbling, especially if you want to do long term like this. I'd say anything over, you can push it to 100 height, but 100 height's too much. I'd say 260 is as far as you can go. Well, you can go farther, but if you want to get good like this, I'd say 100 is almost max. 90 I recommend. Anything over 260 is a little too far. Anything over 90 is a little too high. Angle, that's pretty much what you prefer, and stiffness, that's what you prefer. Now I'm just gonna do this 260 90. If you look, I'm pretty sure if you do this, it don't do that. But if you get too far and too high, the ball will just like bounce off the gear. Like, see how the camera's like twitching every time you hit the ball? That is not what you want when you're air dribbling. So this means it's too far. Let's try 240 and 80. Let's try this. A little closer and a little lower. This should not do that same effect now. Now, I know Gainer used to use like 100 FOV and like 300 distance. That, no, I don't. Stop. Just big no moment. That is not what you're supposed to use when you're air dribbling. That makes it 10 times harder. Closer, not closer is the better. It's preference. I almost just went for a reset. Oh my god, muscle memory. But I'd say it's pretty much what you prefer. But I'd say 250 and 90 is as high and far as you can go before it starts getting, the camera starts getting twitchy and not how it's supposed to be. Mine are meant to make it as easy as possible, but this is my preference. Everyone uses their own. LED uses 110, 200, 70, -4, 80 stiffness. I like 1 stiffness. I used to use, when I first started, I used to use 70, -1, like this. I felt like higher was better. You know, this didn't affect with your camera at all. It's nice to use, but it was just a little too high. And then I went down from 70, or I went from 70 -1 to or no angle. And I went from like that, and then I went from 60 to -1, and then I went from -1 to 0 again. I've always been on the stiffness that I use, and my controls. Everyone goes through this. Dead zone, controller dead zone, or controller dead zone, dodge dead zone, steering, and aerial. And then bindings. Everyone also asks this. Boost A is jump. Boost is B. Power slide. I pretty much play default other than an arrow right bind for spinning, like tornado spins the right way so I can do fancy freestyles on like double touches and redirects and stalls. That's what that binding's for. And then I use X to arrow. Like this binding for like the arrow stuff and stalls. Stalling and the tornado spin arrow neat stuff. And then the air dribbling is for like the arrow is for the air dribbling, the single arrow binding. That's just what I use. I play claw, which means my middle finger on the right hand is on the gas, my pointer finger on the right hand is on the B button when I air dribble, and my thumb is on the X, which makes me be able to hit 2 buttons at once, which is what you want. Now, reset into air dribbling. This is something that a lot of people don't understand and how you do. I'm going to keep this simple. Same, you go a little bit faster. You boost a little bit. Now, you probably didn't see what I did there, but I'm under the ball. People are always above the ball, and they always ask, how are you always under the ball, and how do you get your reset so fast? Well, there's a little trick that people don't know that you need to do. If you watch and slow down the video a little bit, if you look, right before I jump off the wall, I give it a little break. I just tap the brake. Imagine the ball's in front of me right now. I'm going for a setup. I tap the brake, then I go off and I get the reset. That's what you do. That's how you do multiple resets and yada. It just gets you under the ball perfectly. Just like that. So, people have always also ask me, how do you do double resets in the air dribbling? I'm not consistent at stalling, so it's gonna be a minute, but this should do it. It's the speed on how you multiple reset and the stall, or it's the speed on how fast you stall, I should say. The faster you stall, if you do it immediately, it's not gonna work, but you gotta wait a minute to multiple reset. Like, you wait a second, then you stall. That's how that works. Because if you're just going to stall immediately, this is what I got wrong a while ago. I just stalled the second I got the reset, which means the ball was just in the air and had to wait for the ball to start falling, because I get the reset when the ball's still going up, so it takes longer for the ball to fall. If I just stall immediately, look how much longer it takes for the ball to get on my car. If you wait a second, the ball's already going down, and you stall, and it goes up, so you can get more in the time that you have until you hit the goal. Hopefully this makes sense. I'm not very good at explaining things. So, I think I covered everything. I'd say the best way to train this, though, is training packs. For sure, training pack, or not training packs, but free play, sorry. I'm so bad at this. But, I'll go over it one more time. Step 1, no boosting on setup. Step 2, don't brake. Don't do the brake on the air dribble. But you just jump off the wall, turn around, hit the ball, and then you try to get that sweet spot. The sweet spot, you can kind of look where it's at, but it's something you got to get muscle memory for. It's not something I can exactly explain on where it's at. Depending on your speed and where you are on the map, it needs to change. There's the reset, and then you air dribble. I hope this video helps. You have my settings. Actually, I'll just go through everything one more time. This is my camera. This is what I use. If you know my Octane camera settings, when I play Octane, I use these right here, or this with -1. This is what I use with Octane. But with Breakout, I keep it like this. Controller settings. I'll go through it one more time. Just everything. All this stuff, it don't really matter, but I'll show you anyway. There you go. Alright, I hope this video helped on your air dribbling. I know so many people have been asking, and I'm not very good at explaining things, so I hope you got what you wanted out of it. It also has my controls, which a lot of people ask for all the time, my camera, and yeah. Hopefully that helps.